No, I didn't get support from my in-laws side.
Oh, amazing. We have it on camera.
Yeah. The thing is, I got a kid. There was a stage when I felt like, I'll be no more.
What was that one motivation in your mind कि यार ये मैं करती रहूँ रोज और ये चलता रहे? क्या motivation क्या था यार?
Motivation ये था कि
It's a given that when I turn 18, you will get this in life, you will get that in life.
yeah.
But the only thing which I got was my father's death coming after I turned 18.
This is my first ever podcast too.
Before I tell anyone else's story, I thought the best decision would be to put my story out there for everyone. And who better than my mother to come and discuss this out? We've all heard these lines. माँ तो सब कुछ जानती है. But in my case, it's actually true. From me playing cricket at state level, lawn tennis, badminton, squash, every single sport, to nothing, to starting a podcast now and running a company. She supported me with every single weird idea that I've ever come up with. You are going to see that mother who stuck with her son at times where no other mother would. You're going to see that typical Indian mother also come into the podcast. So trust me, this is going to be a ride that you are going to enjoy.
Welcome to the first episode of Zero to Ziddi. Before we dive into anything, Zero to Ziddi is nothing but a thought which has come into my mind on which I want everyone to be synced. It is not a journey from fat to fit or anything of that sort. This is a journey for hustlers who start from zero, who've gone to one, who have that sort of passion to do it. Folks who have that mindset, keep on hustling day on day, keep everything aside in life. Zero to Ziddi का first episode. मुझे नहीं पता किसके साथ start करूँ, तो the one and only person, and it was honestly a dream to start a podcast, and started with my mother on the podcast. So I am really happy to have you here. We don't have a proper mic here because we don't want to give it a podcast setting ki you become a little more restricted when you're talking, but we want it to be really free, candid. So get as comfortable as you can because it's going to be a nice journey having a one-on-one. So forget that we have cameras here, people sitting and watching it. It is just you as a mother and son sitting and talking about how life has been for all of us. Because I think a lot of people would essentially want to know कि मेरा life क्या था, कैसा था, what is my family background, how does this hustle culture come in, for folks who work with me, for folks who see me, bigger set, smaller set, जो भी उन सबको देखना है. So before we start anything, I want to know how do you feel on being on Zero to Ziddi's first ever podcast. और honestly हमको नहीं पता ये कैसे जाने वाला. It is all on people who are watching this honestly, how they take it from here. But आप बताओ आपको कैसा लग रहा है Zero to Ziddi पे आके?
This is my first ever podcast too because I'm sitting with the founder.
बेटा
And that too, my son is a very proud moment. I'm overwhelmed and I may be short of words also when I tell certain things because it is giving me a lot of emotional feelings also, and feelings are altogether like, just coming over like a different feeling, being happy also, being excited also, and feeling proud about the things that you have started a new company.
A lot of flashbacks about how I was a kid, how this journey started off, and how we've done a lot of things together, how I have had my own moments of vulnerability in front of you कि यार नहीं हो रहा है, क्या करना है, कैसे करना है. So before anything, I would want you, because when I was born, you were also a kid practically. You were 23 यार. मतलब मैं आज 24 साल का हूँ, आज एक कंपनी रन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उसके स्ट्रगल है. When you were 23, you had me, you had a job, you had a husband, you had an entire joint family that you were running. Walk me through that journey. How was that for you to have a kid who is right there in your hands, a job, everything? What was your thought, Tavi?
Going back, when I got married, I was too young because that time it was like that कि you are supposed to get married. Before that, you should have a good job so that you get a good guy. But fortunately, I got a good man with whom I got married.
Right.
I fell in love with him. So I got married to him, the person whom I really loved. Beautiful thing is I got a kid. Though coming from a South Indian family, getting married to a North Indian family, there was a lot of struggles. And we say two poles.
Right.
It is two poles. when we say north, the culture is totally different from the South Indian culture.
Right.
So that was a big hassle for me because I didn't understand how do I manage things, how do I get adjusted to that atmosphere. That was a task for me.
Right.
But slowly and gradually I got adjusted. But when I came to know that I was pregnant, I was too young. I could not actually process that I was pregnant. But when I processed, that feeling was very nice. Like I cannot express in words. It's totally a different feeling to become a mother. And when I had you in my hand, that was excellent. Like I can say that it was a world to me. So when you were in my hand, even your dad was also very happy. Like, you know, he just announced it to everyone that I've got a son, because he always wanted a son. And I always wanted a girl, but having you is a proud moment.
नहीं वो तभी नहीं पता था ना.
Yeah, वो नहीं पता था, but क्या था कि बच्चा मेरा है, तो I will always feel like, you know, he's who's coming from myself, like, you know, 9 months with me and then in my hand. So it was very overwhelming.
So as a young mother who's 22, 23, delivering a son and then going through that entire journey of motherhood, what were challenges that you faced with me? I would honestly love to know this right now. What were challenges that you faced with me in the first 5 years of raising me? क्या था experience?
बहुत beautiful feeling था, very nice. Because when you become a mother, you value your mother. Till then, you don't know what your mother faced and what she felt when she was delivering a baby and growing the baby. So that gratitude towards my mother just increased tremendously. When I was raising you, I was just feeling so nice about each and every moment that I went through. It was so beautiful, like, you know, seeing you cry, seeing you laugh, then playing with toys, then running about here and there, asking for things, small things, not having the food. I had to run behind you to have food. It used to take hours together, but still that was a good feeling. I never got irritated or never got angry on you.
Right.
I was always happy with every moment because I thought the moment that is there will be lasting only for that particular period. It will not last for a longer period of time. So I just wanted to live that particular moment. Though there was a lot of ups and downs, financially, emotionally, family pressure, everything. Because I had to manage home, child, office, everything. But still the journey was really beautiful being with you because I experienced the motherhood, total motherhood, which was really heart-touching for me.
तो एक बात बताओ, because you worked for 5 years extensively after I was born and then you chose to become a homemaker after that. यार वो एक ऐसा मोटिवेशन क्या था कि मैं अपने तीनों एस्पेक्ट ऑफ लाइफ को एक साथ रखूं, क्योंकि honestly right now for me at 24 running Grath is only becoming so heavy and I see everyone around me also who are hustling, working with Grath, doing their respective jobs. एक एस्पेक्ट संभालने में उनकी हालत खराब होती है. आप एक बच्चा संभाल रहे हो, एक नॉर्थ इंडियन फैमिली को संभाल रहे हो साउथ से आने के बाद, एंड देन यू हैव योर जॉब एंड I can't even imagine इसके अलावा और क्या क्या इश्यूज होगा. What was that one motivation in your mind कि यार ये मैं करती रहूं रोज और ये चलता रहे?
मोटिवेशन ये था कि शादी किया है, निभाना है. तो
लव मैरिज थी ना?
हाँ, लव मैरिज हो, अरेंज मैरिज हो, whatever it is, you have to go through the process.
Right.
And it is not easy. Life is never easy. Like we say, if we are alive, there has to be ups and downs. If there is no ups and downs, that means you are dead. So that was the thing. And I always feel you should live that particular moment, not think what is going to happen in future. What is gone is gone.
Right.
What is the present moment? And search for happiness in that particular moment. That is what I feel. That is the thing that, you know, always pulled me. छोड़ना, चलता है, हो जाएगा. ये moment अच्छा है ना, बाकी का भी figure out कर लेंगे क्या है.
What is your fondest memory in the first 5 years of my life? जो आपको अभी भी याद है कि oh damn this happened and that is something which is etched in your memory. वो एक memory क्या है आपके दिमाग में? First 5 साल का.
First 5 years. First time जब तुमने मुझे मम्मी बोला.
कब बोला यार?
जब 1 साल के हो गए थे आप, तभी फर्स्ट टाइम मम्मी बोला तो लाइक इट वाज वापस बोलो, तो यू नो सबको ऐसे था कि मेरा नाम पहले बोलते, मेरा नाम, तो यू नो व्हेन यू केम एंड टोल्ड दैट मॉम, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट फीलिंग, एंड मॉम मम्मा मम्मी करके बुलाते हैं तो वो अलग ही फीलिंग देता है कि हाँ यस।
एंड इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन मेरा पहला वर्ड भी मम्मी था ना।
हाँ,
फिर तो आपके लिए सुने में सुहागा हो गया।
इसी के लिए, इसके लिए तो मुझे अच्छा लगा।
And since you got married into a North Indian family, and of course, my maternal grandfather was not very supportive of it. I don't know about my father's family. They were recently accepting, I think. How did you manage and sail through all of this turmoil happening on two ends of the spectrum?
No, I didn't get support from my in-laws side.
Oh, amazing. We have it on camera.
Yeah. I always got support from my parents' side. Initially, first 6 months, I didn't get the support from anyone.
Right.
But once they came to know that I'm going to have a baby, so then they were okay about it. And every step, your Nana was always there, your Nani was always there.
Right.
From in-laws side, I never got any support.
Post the 5 years of my life that we've seen, uske baad a major aspect of my life began with cricket, where I was a fat kid.
Yeah.
And I still remember that my father used to call me Ramesh Pawar. A fat ass kid. He called me Ramesh Pawar. I think cricket was a very integral part of my life. जहाँ पे you used to come to Chandrakant Pandit. We used to go at 6 a.m. in the morning for a practice session, to coming back, sitting in the afternoon. A lot of things happened while cricket was happening, right? You also might have thought that I would end up becoming a cricketer, considering that I was going out playing school level, state level, national level selections, सब कुछ चल रहा है. तो आपका उस टाइम पे क्या थॉट था कि ये क्रिकेट खेलना चाहिए क्या? What was your mindset तभी?
My mindset was very clear. I always wanted that if my kid wants to do something, I should give that support. And wherever it is possible, I should support him so that, you know, he can go ahead and live his passion. That was always there in my mind. So when you joined cricket, I didn't have any idea that you would become a cricketer or somebody. But I thought you should be engaged in some of the game where, you know, you're going, playing, at least physical activities there. Okay. Otherwise, generally it was like video game. Children are playing video game or sitting inside. I didn't want that to happen. So I wanted you to come out and play certain game. So, but then slowly and gradually you developed that habit of playing cricket and you liked it. So I thought one day you might become a cricketer.
I had that potential.
Yeah, you were a good bowler.
I ended up becoming a decent in a batsman.
But then, no, you were a good bowler, but you end up taking a wicket keeper because you loved Dhoni.
Yeah, Dhoni was my inspiration.
You wanted to become a wicket keeper.
Right.
That was the thing, and you had brought all the kit which you never used.
Yeah, I had keeping gloves, keeping pads, 2 sets of normal pads, 15 season balls, 10 bats. Yeah. I have done everything that I could do with cricket. I had my own sweet gala time with cricket. Khela, सीखा, गिरा, injure हुआ, हाथ पैर तोड़वा, सब कुछ कर लिया. But I think one phase which was very difficult was also a phase where I was playing cricket extensively, but not also wanting to go to practices. Yeah. Where I'd come back from school, go off to sleep. You were doing your B.Ed when I was 10 years old in my 5th grade. आप कॉलेज जाते थे, मैं अम्मा और अज्जा के घर पे जाके सो जाता था. क्रिकेट मतलब honestly that time cricket practices were expensive. Going to a Chandrakant Pandit or going to a Venus and playing under Monty Desi and the best of coaches that I have had. Yeah. I've been very lucky, touchwood, to have those sort of facilities and infrastructure with me. But when that time came, when I was transitioning into becoming a teenager by 12 or 13, I was quitting cricket. And that is something which did not go really well down my father's throat. And I think we've seen a lot of instances where he lost his calm also on me that dude you wasted so many years. आपको कभी ऐसा नहीं लगा यार क्या कर रहा है, इसका दिमाग खराब हो गया, क्या कर रहा है? आपको कभी ऐसा लगा नहीं? मुझे ऐसा कभी लगा नहीं क्योंकि मैंने भी मेरा करियर में कुछ बहुत ज्यादा कुछ ऐसे स्टार्ट नहीं किया था. When I was a kid, मैंने टीचिंग मुझे बहुत पसंद था. I ended up doing corporate job. Right. So मुझे भी कुछ क्लैरिटी नहीं था कि मुझे करियर में क्या करना है. तो मैं कैसे एक्सपेक्ट करूँ कि मेरे बच्चे को पता चले at the age of 10 कि उसको एग्जैक्टली करना क्या है. तो उसको भी तो कुछ स्पेस देना चाहिए था कि हाँ ओके नो डाउट इतने साल वेस्ट किया, पैसा वेस्ट किया, दैट आई अंडरस्टैंड. वो
if your father is feeling that also. But I never wanted to pressurize कि क्यों छोड़ा, ये करने से तो मेरा कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, उल्टा you will go back foot, maybe कुछ और ट्राई करना होगा तो वो ट्राई नहीं करोगे, तो मुझे वो नहीं करना था. I was very clear कि मेरा बच्चा कर रहा है ना कुछ तो आगे भी करेगा कुछ तो, एंड वो 100% करेगा. इतना कॉन्फिडेंस था कि कुछ ना तो कुछ करेगा.
उस टाइम पे the only person who supported me was you, who told me कि यार छोड़ दिया कोई बात नहीं, अब कुछ और करेंगे. I think you were very supportive of that. Then I started playing lawn tennis. I was very aggressive as a player. You were still there with me. I still remember a time where I told you to quit your job after becoming a teacher कि I can't stay back home alone for 2 hours. You need to quit your job, stay at home. I have never said it in the past, but I have a lot of gratitude for it. And today the boy or man, whatever people think of it, I think it's only and only because of the way you've raised me and the way you've made me into a man. I think all the credit goes to you for that. When I told you to quit your job, did you not curse me in your head कि यार मुझे इसकी वजह से नौकरी छोड़नी पड़ रही है, मैं इतने टाइम से टीचर बनना चाहती थी, I finally gotten my degree, I am finally on that line and verge of becoming a teacher that I've aspired to do. कभी thought नहीं आया?
नहीं आया. Simple reason, because my life always evolved around you. Your father never had time. He was busy in his life. Because ऐसे होता है कि अगर grow करना है right from the scratch, financially तुमको strong होना बहुत जरूरी होती है.
Right.
तो I will not blame him also for that, because अगर financially तुम strong नहीं होगे, तुम ऐसा कुछ life में कर भी नहीं पाओगे कि चलो तुमने पैसे से नहीं तो क्राइसिस आ जाएगा, तो वो और बैक फुट में हम चले जाते हैं. तो मुझे ये था कि आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू बी फॉर यू बाय व्हाटएवर हैपेंस. लाइक पहली बार जब मैंने जॉब छोड़ा, first time when I left my job when you were 5 years old, that was because of my father-in-law.
Right.
That time I had the pinch, like, why did I leave the job? And I wanted to do my job because you were in a comfortable zone with your nana and nani. So I was very in ease, like, he's in a good hand, so I don't have to worry about him. So that is how I wanted to continue. But when I stayed home, you got used to me. You got that attachment, even I, because being at home, continuously being with you. So I didn't want it to, just, you feel bad about me going to college and all, going and teaching. I didn't want that to happen. I said, it's fine. If you're not comfortable, I just don't want to do, because any which ways I have not started my career aggressively, nothing. It's just like, okay, fine. It was, there was nothing, no regret at all that I left my job.
But आपको ऐसा नहीं लगता when we talk about my father also right now, you said that you were always there, he was not there, he was financially trying to do everything right for us so that we live a decent enough, nice life, right? Don't you think that, I mean, I don't know about that generation, but my father in specificity, my father was absolutely uninvolved with what was happening in my life, and he had zero clue about it. He would come and save my life with things, of course, materialistically, but I don't think that he was emotionally there for me at any given point in life. Did you not ever feel like telling him that, dude, you should be there for him, or do things to a certain extent at least?
I did.
And what was the outcome?
But then he never had time. So then I stopped telling.
I think this is a learning for me also, to know that even if however busy I am in life, I think this is the longest conversation that I am having with you. I think the longest I have had a conversation with you in the last 6 months now. But I think
you were also busy.
I think it is.
So you should learn from your father.
I think I need
what you felt. So it should not be carried forward.
Yeah, I think these are things which should definitely not be carried forward to the next generation, and not be uninvolved by your kids, and your kid does not feel that they have another set of parent there. I think मेरे life का सबसे major जो turnaround था was when I turned 13 and we were in Kamlesh Bhagat's cabin and I had my skin and acne shown. And the minute we came to know that I had gynecomastia, that I had become so fat, I was so fat that I had gynecomastia and had moobs at that point. Moobs, whatever you call it. And his reaction to it was a little too much, is what I put out. As a mother, what was your thought at that point of time? कि यार, because you had 100 thoughts that I know of, कि मेरे वजह से ये इतना मोटा हो गया, baby fat है, ये है, वो है, but it turned out to be something way bigger, right? And I have seen you cry in that cabin, and that is a vision and visual that I would never forget in life also. And I mean, that was one space which was a very dark place for all of us
Yeah.
for 6 months straight, where I still did not take any action on getting fit from the fat kid that I was. I was 78 kgs, 5'2" at the age of 13, 14, hitting teenage, double chin, no neck. I think I've heard the most horrendous things from people in general. Batata hai, ginda hai, sand hai. Even after being very active athletically, I had that space for myself. And I think you were the only one who was very supportive of it, ki I will lose weight. I think weight as a topic has been a very big issue in my life, and it is still been persistent. But when we went to Leelavati, we were sitting in Shashank's cabin and discussing all of it. How disturbed were you emotionally then?
Very disturbed, because I also didn't know ki what is it all about, because I never noticed. I didn't understand you were becoming that fat.
Right.
You had that problem, and the problem what they said that in future what can happen and all, that really took me back.
Right.
And I used to feel like, being a mother, how did I not notice? I didn't care about it. So that was like very this. So I just wanted that you should become thin and fit. That was my priority, first priority in life then. So that is how I encouraged you. And there was a time you could not take half round also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to
I
cry and come that, Mama, itna bhi nahi ho raha hai.
Yeah.
I know that. So then you went through those things also. You came out of it, and then you became really very fit.
I think I was Ziddi from that back.
Yeah, till from that time only. Ziddi.
I was very Ziddi
Zero to
from then.
Ziddi. Yeah. From
I have heard people say things about me in a park when I'm running that, oh, ye mota kya bhagega, isse nahi ho payega, to being a very aggressive tennis player post that.
Yeah.
वो एक अलग ट्रांजिशन हमने देखा है जहाँ in school where girls would not come talk to me. I lost weight and chicks would come and talk to me, and I'd become that stud boy who lost 24 kgs in 6 months. I had bloody articles in newspapers about me losing weight.
Yeah.
I still remember. I think my father did not support me across anything, but when it was time to do PR, I think I've gotten this sense of doing PR from him only.
Yeah.
My son got bloody fit. Let's get articles out there for people to read that, oh, dude, my son went from 78 to 54 kgs in 6 months.
Yeah.
बट जब मेरा वेट कम हुआ और इतना मैं पतला हो गया, तब आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, यार ये ऐसे कैसे पतला हो गया, क्या कर रहा है लड़का मेरा?
नहीं तो किया ना, उसके लिए कितना काम किया है. आप आधा किलोमीटर जो भाग नहीं सकते थे, then you started running for 5 kilometers. So there is a lot of difference. फिर 10 kilometers भी हो गया है. And doing vigorous exercise and diet, especially you used to like pizza, then sauces,
burger.
हाँ, वो सब आपने junk food, you just left those junk food and you made your diet very clean. That is how you reduce. If you don't diet, you cannot become thin. How much ever you exercise, that is for sure. So exercise with diet, only you can become thin. If people say that you just exercise, you become thin, no, sorry, it is not possible. Or you would say only diet and don't do exercise, you will not become fit. It is the combination of both things, and that is what you did. And touch wood, you got good trainers also for that reason.
Right.
And you got trainers who used to pick you up from the house. So don't forget that also.
Shout out to Naresh Dada any day.
Yes.
Hands down, a big shout out to him. He's been there. He supported me throughout.
He was the first trainer, Naresh, who actually took a lot of pain. You were a kid.
Yes.
To really motivate and make you do the exercise every day.
Yes, I still have flashbacks of me in football jerseys trying to take a round. आधा भाग के आता था, मैं रुक जाता था जहाँ पे अंधेरा होता था कि उसको दिखे कि हाँ मैं भाग रहा हूँ, बट मैं उतना चलता था क्योंकि मेरे से भागा नहीं जा रहा. और वापस जहाँ लाइट आता था भागना स्टार्ट करता था कि हाँ मैं भाग रहा हूँ, तू देख मैं भाग रहा हूँ, तू टेंशन मत ले, मैं पूरा भाग के. आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर दैट टाइम कि पूरा पसीने में ऐसा मोटा गुबगुबित मयंक ऐसा वू करके भाग रहा है एंड जस्ट ट्राइंग टू कैच माई ब्रेथ एंड जस्ट बी देयर एंड कीप हसलिंग एवरी डे. आई थिंक वो मेरा जो 7 बजे से 8 बजे का रोज का रूटीन था कि नरेश दादा वुड कम pick me up on his bike. मैं ऐसे पकड़ूंगा, ऐसे पैर ऊपर करके बैठने की कोशिश करूंगा, पूरा बाइक हिलेगा पहले, फिर मैं बैठूंगा. Then I would go to the park, run in प्रबोधन for an hour. मतलब रन क्या, चलते चलते भागता था. क्या क्या किया यार. उसके बाद I lost weight.
जैसे you said कि बच्चे आके बोलते नहीं है. अभी my age friends also, you know, my best friends,
Yes.
they always come and tell me that the way Mayank comes and approaches you, my kids don't approach you.
Right. मुझे एक बात बताओ, जब मैं NM गया, once I turned 15, I went to NM. Was that a proud moment for you कि यार जो मैंने हमेशा से सोचा था कि ये मेरा बच्चा NM जाएगा, what was that feeling like for you?
See, when I was in college, I always saw that everybody are going to NM. I used to feel I am not getting that much of percentage, so I can't go to such colleges. So from that time it was like NM. But then when I got you in my life, when I saw that you were really doing good, so when you reached 8th standard, I thought, yes, ये तो मेरा लड़का कर सकता है, and I want him to go to NM. The reason why I wanted you to go to NM is वहाँ पे you go and study, no doubt, anywhere you go and study, you become a person what you want to become.
True, absolutely.
And if your destiny says that you're going to become that person, you are going to excel and you will get famous, you will get that fame, whatever, like, you know, you will get it. But when you go to NM, you have got a proper surrounding. You say networking. That counts. So when you are with those kind of people, automatically your mindsets change, your thinking change, and you adopt those things, which I really always wanted. Like, you know, my son should go to a best college where he is adopting things around him and he's becoming a different person, maybe, which I always aspire to be, which I could not. So I used to think that way. But in that also, I never wanted to restrict you that I didn't aspire to you go according to me. I wanted you to fly how much ever you could. But wanted to give a first step. कि NM में कैसे तो मिलना है admission. And that you could get. And that time also we were intense. Like first list में नहीं नाम आया था, second list में नहीं आया था, and third list में तुम्हारा नाम आया था. So that was a very happy moment for me also and your father also.
Yeah.
He was very happy.
I think NM was, and NM is that space which has made me what I am also.
Yeah.
Every aspect of NM, be it Umang. Umang is something that everyone aspires to be. I remember in my 11th grade में जब पहला मेरा lecture था, मैं maths lecture में बैठा था, जो supervisor थी, I still remember her name. Her name was Geeta Menon. She is, I think, the vice principal of the junior college now. She came in the class and she asked us कि तुम लोग NM क्यों आए हो? And I don't know why on earth she came and asked me कि भाई why have you come to उमंग करना है. दुआ करो. जो she was done उमंग करने के लिए तो NM आया. हाँ, उमंग करने के लिए NM आया. तो बोलती है कि then why you sitting in the lecture? उमंग का सिलेक्शन चालू है तो चले जा नीचे. I said नहीं, ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है. अभी लेक्चर अटेंडेंस है 75-80% बैठना पड़ेगा. ऑप्शन थोड़ी ना है, अभी निकल नहीं सकते. तो फिर she said कि no, that is so fine, but if you want to go to Umang, you go. I said no, ठीक है, cool. And I think she also gave me a good reality check back then कि Umang is not the end of life, Umang is not the start of life. I ended up doing Umang as an assistant for security, and security was the most flamboyant and the most fanciest thing that happens in any college festival. जो बंदा सिक्योरिटी में, मतलब उसको भाई सिर पे तुम ताज की तरह पहना के घुमाओगे कि हाँ भाई ये सिक्योरिटी वाला है. मतलब अब जब सिक्योरिटी वाला बोलते तो लगता है सिक्योरिटी गार्ड, बट व्हेन यू आर इन अ फेस्टिवल, वो सिक्योरिटी हेड, फर्स्ट कमिटी मेंबर ऑफ उमंग, सेकंड कमिटी मेंबर ऑफ उमंग, वो 12वें 13वें तक आते आते, मतलब वो हायरार्की चलती थी. तू हेड है, यू आर द फर्स्ट कमिटी मेंबर, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ, एंड देन इवन इफ यू आर अ सिक्योरिटी असिस्टेंट और साइड बाय साइड कोई FIRC के कोई दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट का असिस्टेंट है, सिक्योरिटी वाले का बट ज्यादा, बिकॉज यू हैव एक्सेस टू एवरी प्लेस, यू कैन गेट एनीवन इन आउट वेयरएवर यू वांट टू डू एनीथिंग. मतलब Umang also has shaped a lot of people's lives. It for sure is one of the biggest and largest growing festivals that we see in the country right now, but it is also the fact that it grounds you to the greatest of extents, because you see people who are elder to you, who are building things in front of you, and you're looking at this at the age of 15 or 16. तुम पुलिस स्टेशन जा रहे हो, पुलिस स्टेशन में जाके परमिशन ले रहे हो, फायर ब्रिगेड के ऑफिस में जा रहे हो, इधर उधर भाग रहे हो, तुम बहुत कुछ देखते हो. I think that is something that I would recommend and tell everyone that if you're in college, do extracurricular, go become the part of your festival that you have, do everything and everything to get that sort of exposure. क्योंकि वो exposure अगर तुमको तभी नहीं मिला और तुम सिर्फ क्लासरूम में बैठ के पढ़ रहे हो, तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. You will get a well settled nice job, things will fall in line, but if you're not street smart and you don't have that exposure, तुम नहीं kill कर पाओगे. मेरे को अभी भी याद है, when I was in my FIJC, I got drunk once and I came back home after a freshers party, and I got slapped for that by my father. Do you remember that
I
day?
never forget that day when you came like that.
No, but honestly,
I can
look,
never forget.
I was in Bandra. Let's put it out there. I
But
was
then
in
that
Bandra.
time I was very angry on you.
No, but look, you are young, you are 15 or 16, and most fresher parties, of course, inevitably have alcohol there. Okay? And when you go there, you, as a young kid, you have that sense of curiosity कि इससे क्या होगा, ये कितने पीने से क्या क्या हो सकता है. I ended up drinking, and of course, I had that sort of company also. So of course, I ended up drinking. And for everyone's information here, my father was not there in town. So it was the best chance for me to get drunk, come back home and safely go off to sleep. Now on earth, if he's come back to give you a surprise, how the hell would I come to know? And he's come back to Bombay. He's given me a call that तुम हो किधर. मैंने 1 घंटा 4 बार कैब का टायर पंक्चर करवाया है. मैं निकल रहा हूँ बोल के नहीं निकला हूँ. I finally got that cab, came back home, and it is a memory which is etched in my head. I ring the bell. I have 3 buttons which I have opened up. I enter the house. I walk past him as if he never existed in front of me. I walk straight, go to my bedroom, take my pants off, wear my boxers, lie down on the bed. He comes, he taps my leg. I sit up. He says, "मुंह खोलो." I said, "ठीक है." हाँ, तुमने दारू पी? हाँ. सिगरेट? बोला नहीं, सिगरेट नहीं पिया. तो ठीक है, मैं 2 मिनट ऐसे बैठो. But it is done. One slap and it is all done and dusted right there. और ये होने के बाद I have gone, I had drank what 90 120 ml, which according to normal people's standard is decent enough, but I was 15. I started puking after that out of fear कि भाई क्या हो गया, चमाट कहाँ से पड़ गया उसको. I came out, he's shouting on the top of his voice, मैंने दारू पहली बार हाथ 30 साल की उम्र में लगाया था, ये आधी उम्र में दारू पी रहा है, मैंने नौकरी करने. But that is also the difference that you have in generations, right? I would not say that I was an NM, but I had such a surrounding where everyone was partying and access to alcohol was that easy also for me. And then he said one thing, कल से तुम्हारा कॉलेज जाना बंद. I thought इतना मेहनत करके NM मेरी वाले भेजा, आपका पैसा इतना बर्बाद, कॉलेज जाना तो आपको ही नुकसान है. ठीक है, कल से कॉलेज जाना, सो जाता हूँ मैं. And then in the morning he's telling me, no Umang, no this, not no that. And you were crying, you were wholeheartedly crying that entire night. मेरे बेटे ने क्या किया, मेरे परवरिश में खोट है, सब रोना कर लिया. But अभी तो चलो हंस रहे हो, बट उस दिन तो पूरा रात 2 घंटा रोना आपने किया.
हाँ, किया था.
क्या फायदा और ओके.
रोना तो आएगा ही ना. मुझे लगा अरे 15 साल में कौन पीता है. हाँ, तो वही ना. तो मतलब ऐसे हो गया कि जितना छूट दे दिया उसका पूरा गलत फायदा हो गया. तो I felt that. I felt like, why did I leave him free so much that he ended up drinking, which I never liked.
But why did you not ask what did I drink? You should have asked.
I myself don't know what you will drink. I will not even understand.
Even I don't know what I drank.
Then, what I thought that I
drank whatever I got.
The first thing, it was a shock for me that you drank and came. कि भाई मेरा बेटा ऐसा कर ही नहीं सकता. That was my,
Yeah, I have done everything opposite of what my parents stand for. I am everything
then
opposite.
You have done that. So then I was upset about it. So I was crying.
तो तब आपका मन नहीं किया आपको एक चाटा आपको ही मुझे मार देना चाहिए. Part what the hell have you done?
मुझे चाटा मारने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी. वो सब तुम्हारे पापा ने कर दिया था. अभी इतना मारने के बाद मैं क्या मारूं? जब बेहोशी में मार के क्या फायदा है?
नहीं, मैं बेहोश में नहीं था यार.
तभी you were not conscious, like you didn't understand what was going around. So मतलब नहीं, when you calm down, you become fresh. That time I can speak.
But what was your thought after that in the night? कि अब मैं इसको सुबह बोलूंगी क्या? कुछ तो दिमाग में है, सुबह उठेगा नाश्ता जब दूंगी तो कुछ तो बोलूंगी, क्या है तभी थॉट. दिस इज लाइक एन FIR टू, आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट एवरी पेरेंट नोज दैट द किड इज ड्रिंकिंग. ठीक है, चाहे वो 40 साल का उनका बच्चा हो, 15 साल का, 18 साल का, 21 साल का हो, सबका जो भी बच्चा होगा, सबके पेरेंट्स को पता है कि उनका बच्चा दारू पीता है. ऐसा कोई पेरेंट नहीं है जिनको नहीं पता कि उनका बच्चा दारू पीता है. ठीक है, आपके दिमाग में क्या थॉट है कि भाई सुबह उठ के इस समय क्या बोलूं क्या?
मुझे बात करने को चांस ही नहीं मिला. जो है आपके पापा ने पूरा कसर निकाल दिया था.
वो तो निकाला, बट आपके दिमाग में
तो मेरे दिमाग में ये था. अब पहली बात तो मुझे भी फेस करना था तुम्हारे पापा को, क्योंकि जो भी है वो सब मैंने छूट मैंने दी थी, बिकॉज ही वॉज नेवर देयर. तो क्वेश्चन वॉज आस्क्ड कि तुमने क्या किया.
ओके, नाउ
राइट,
टेल मी वन थिंग, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट छूट एज अ वर्ड, छूट का मतलब क्या होता है, मेरे को ये बताओ.
छूट का मतलब लेटिंग द किड्स डू व्हाट दे वांट.
बट ऐसा क्या मैं कर रहा था कि मेरे को छूट मिल गई थी?
तब तक तो कुछ ही नहीं कर रहे थे जब पहली बार पिए नहीं.
सो इफ अ किड इज डूइंग वन थिंग रॉन्ग, then it's basically छूट देके उसने पाप कर दिया वाला ऐसा.
He's not able to accept this thing.
But I think one good thing is that now you've accepted that I drink and you are okay with me drinking around you.
Yeah.
And it is no more a hidden fact कि हाँ ये दारू पी रहा है.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah, I am fine with it, but it should not go beyond that capacity. It should be in limit, maybe 1 or 2 ऐसे, not more than that. Till you're like, you're in chill mood.
You're just enjoying them.
Yeah, just enjoy.
I think मेरा तो एक saying है, जब तक आप दारू के मजे ले रहे हो तब तक अच्छा है. जब दारू आपके मजे ले रहा है तब आपके लिए प्रॉब्लमेटिक है, तो तब वो ग्लास साइड में छोड़ दो.
सही बात है.
और साइड में हो जाओ आप चुपचाप. ठीक है.
एंड मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि nowadays kids are going like just finding a way to relax through alcohol or cigarette. That is a big no.
Okay.
The reason is you are not going to gain anything.
It's an escape.
It's just an escape where your mind is not working and you just want to relax your mind. Your mind can relax in many other ways also. We used to relax our mind in different manner. If we would have done the same thing, then your life also would have been a roller coaster then.
No, my life was a roller coaster.
It was, but then if I start drinking and smoking, it will be more roller coaster.
Then
right?
we drink and smoke together.
Oh.
We both have company for it.
Yeah. So, but then if you see back, now you're telling, because now since you're grown up, if it was back, when you didn't know ki what is going around me, you're just looking into your parents and then, you're understanding things. If I would have, taken a glass, drinking, smoking, if my child is seeing that, what he will feel? He will also do the same thing right from childhood.
Right.
Will his health be good then? So it is very important that whatever habit you're cultivating in yourself, the next generation is going to take that. So that is the reason it was a big no to drink and smoke with your parents, which everybody feels it's an orthodox family. Like, क्यों ऐसा okay नहीं है? Because parents don't want their children to adopt wrong habits.
I think till 2018, life was really good. We had our own peace, a tiny little 3 people family, happy. We were living life the way we wanted to. I was chilling. I was partying on every weekend. 4 बजे घर आता था, रात भर बाहर रहता था, पोकर खेलता था, सब मतलब life was absolutely wonderful and nice for me. For you also, you started teaching recently then. You became a professor again when I came in my 12th grade. Everything was going well. We were 3 people living in a nice 2 BHK, 2.5 BHK apartment peacefully, enjoying it, hustling it out there in some way. But I think 2019 of Jan turned it all around for us. I think my father had one of the most tragic deaths possible, which I think not a lot of people know about, of course. But it was a very tragic death. I mean, falling off the terrace, and life just turned around like that for us, right? I think I have goosebumps when I talk about it also. It was a Sunday morning, 6th of Jan. Saturday night, of course, I was out chilling. I came back home late. I was sleeping. I still remember he went up for a walk. 30-40 minutes into his walk, he was having a good time. He had his next day for Monday planned. कि कौन सा मीटिंग है, क्या होना है, कैसे होना है. Everything, I mean, everything was in line for us, life is. Right? You heard a noise. You went to the terrace. You saw his slippers. You saw the phone. You came down. You told me that, Mayank, I went to the terrace. Papa is not there. Something's wrong. And for some reason, even I did not know what happened. But at 10 in the morning, I was shaken to an extent where I also got up thinking कि कुछ तो हुआ होगा, मुझे भी नहीं पता क्या है. Normally, that is not my reaction. We all went down running, and he was there. I mean, his body was on the floor, and it was something that we never expected could happen. I think those 5 minutes were the toughest moments of our life completely, where we picked up his body in the rig, went to the hospital. I think the minute I picked up his body, I knew that he was no more. And it was a very sad moment, honestly, where we picked him up, we took him in the rig, hospital गए. I still remember we went to SRV. वो रूम मेरे को अभी भी याद है जहाँ पे उनको लेके गए. वो डॉक्टर अंदर गया, 5 मिनट में बाहर आया. उतने में उसने बोला that his pupils are dilated and he's no more. I think my father had accomplished everything in life. The first PhD in the history of media, in CSR advisor, everything that he could do professionally. And then this moment came when we were all shaken to the core. I was blank. I was absolutely blank, and even now when I think of it, I'm blank. How did you take it?
I was also blank. I didn't understand what was happening in my life because it was all of a sudden. We were not expecting these things. So there was a position where I thought life is just over. Now what do we do next? Like, I could not figure out what do I do. Emotionally also I could not figure out, neither financially. I felt everything is like full stop. So I didn't know what is the next step I'm supposed to take. So that time it was like, how do I come out of it? I was just figuring out financially, because I never paid attention to the financial thing, because it was only he used to handle everything. So where do I start from? Very tough time. It took 7-8 months to understand the financial thing. Till then, like, we were just doing the things, whatever is there in the bank. That is how we managed our finance. But didn't to know exactly how to manage it. 7-8 months later, I actually came to know, like, what do I do? But that difficult moment, I had seen you breaking down. And you broke down to that extent that for me, the priority was that I have to pull you out. That time I just forgot what was my pain. I thought, if my son is draining out, there is nothing that for what I have to live. Because I can look upon you and live my life in. So I used to see you drowning down emotionally, mentally. You were fully like, you didn't understand what was going on. You used to come late in the night. I used to wait for you when you're going to come. So that time I thought I have to just become a little tougher and be for you.
I think I was also 18. I just turned 18 then, and it was always a given that when I turn 18, you will get this in life, you will get that in life.
Yeah.
But the only thing which I got was my father's death coming after I turned 18. And of course, when you're 18, it gets very difficult to process something which is as serious as this, your father's death. You potentially become the man of the house in whatever logic it was. But I think at that point, I was not in that position to even think of it. And it got very difficult for me to process it. I could never grieve over it or even take that peace for my own self in any way. And you are absolutely right. I was drowned. I was emotionally, mentally drowned to an extent I did not know how to react. And alcoholism was one way for me to escape out of it. And there is no shame in accepting that also. I think I've drunk my liver out in those 6 months of life where I was drinking every alternate day, and I was drinking the cheapest liquor possible. I was drinking Old Monk for 6 months straight, every alternate day, 2 quarters down, puking every single place that I could find, come back home, cry off to sleep, think how life is going to go from here, because of course you fortunately did not let me know about what was happening financially, or that we had such a big crunch then, but we of course did have a very big crunch then. How would life look like, whether we have an apartment, not have an apartment, also, or whatever came with it. I have learned, and I learned a very important lesson, that nobody is going to be there for you. It's only 2 or 3 people who will stick by with you throughout. I think in my case, I was very fortunate to have a set of friends who were very close, who stuck by with me. All of them, Devansh, Netra, Ashita, Akash, Akul, Riya, Neil, all of these people were very tight with me back then, Soham. But did you not think about breaking down then?
I broke down every day, but I can't show it, right? If I start showing those things, then how will you manage your things? Because you were already in a different position. Whom do I tell? I had to make my ways out of it, come out of it somehow. I can't just sit and cry over things, what happened. If you see me break down, then you will shatter more. I wanted you to be stronger and accept things. Like for me, job became a very good place where, you know, I could forget things. My students, they really supported me throughout. They never left me alone. And I will tell you, the naughtiest kids, they used to be around me. Ma'am, kya chal raha hai? Every time, like, you know, they're asking, what is happening? My friends, they helped me come out. They never left me alone. It was like not even a single day I was at home. Then you also slowly and gradually you came out of it. So you supported me. So because of my friends and you, my parents especially, emotionally they have always supported me. Financially, we got through it somehow.
I think now it also comes to a phase where Papa was so successful in his own ways throughout his entire life. I think everything that he achieved on both our sides of the family, nobody has been in a position to achieve it.
Very true.
Is
very true.
What I believe in.
Right.
Professionally,
yeah,
he's been that successful. I think it also comes with that spirit for me to at least go at par with whatever he's built. But more than that, it's about the fact that how do I go over and above whatever he's built and create a name somewhere, wherever he is. He would also look at me and feel proud about the fact that his son is trying to kill it in some way or the other and just make a decent enough bread and butter for his own self and his family. But after my BBA ended with NMMS, one of the strongest thoughts that you had in mind was that you wanted me to do an MBA, which I was pretty dead against. That I should not do an MBA, I should not pursue an MBA, and I should try my hand at a startup. I started USheep also back then.
Yeah.
But BBA हुआ, फिर USheep start हुआ. You wanted me to do an MBA. Why did you want that to happen?
I just wanted you to complete your post graduation.
और उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता?
फर्क तो कुछ नहीं पड़ा, but वो तभी मेरा ये था कि like you know you just complete your MBA, you get a degree in your hand and then do whatever you want.
बट मेरे को तो ऐसा भी लगता है कि वो मेरे लाइफ का टर्निंग पॉइंट इसलिए था क्योंकि मैं हमेशा से एक एसवी के बच्चा था. एनएम गया, एनएमएमएस गया, मुझे तो यही था कि मुझे एमबीए भी एनएमएमएस से करना है. बट आई नेवर टुक माय एंट्रेंसेस वेरी सीरियसली. आई वाज रनिंग USheep, I was working, I started working I think by then to a great extent. I think Relevel started by then, I think. यू शिव चल रहा था, रीलेवल चल रहा था, तो मेरा तो यही था कि हाँ भाई नाम के लिए दे दो, देके जो होगा देखा जाएगा. I think I did decently well with my entrances also.
Right.
But NMIMS Mumbai was a thing for me, for a thing for you also. And unfortunately, this is one space where I couldn't get in. And then I ended up going to Somaya. Things went really well with Somaya, of course. But that honestly gave me a chance to work at Relevel and also simultaneously do my MBA because it was COVID times. Online MBA चल रहा है, घर पे बैठ के पूरा दिन काम कर रहे हो. So that was, I think, one of the biggest blessings that I could ever ask for. And everyone who was there at Relevel has made me what I am today at a professional level. Adi is legit. The minute that man would call, I would hands down listen to him, Shanti se, do anything and everything he says. He's seen me get drunk. He's seen me go bonkers at 2:30 in the night just because he'd not give me that intern award which I wanted in life, and I would pester him on that. He's still tolerated all of that. Victor, Manjesh, Rohan, all of these people, we've all grown together when we were at Relevel. Relevel by Unacademy, honestly, if I ever get a chance, Zero to Ziddi का कोई भी एपिसोड होगा, मुझे तो चाहिए कि मैं वो पूरा Relevel के पूरे टीम को लेके एक पॉडकास्ट पर बैठ के सिर्फ ये डिस्कस करूं that how does influencer marketing go from 0 to 1. It is a playbook which people still refer to on a day-on-day basis. I think we've scaled it to that extent while we were at Relevel. People would still come up to us and ask us that तुम लोगों ने इतना videos एक साथ pump कैसे किया and how did you all have that process in place?
Yeah.
And the biggest credit in this case goes to Adi, hands down, and Victor. They have given that sort of exposure to me where they have put me in the toughest of situations. यार एक 20 साल के बच्चे को तुम 20-25 साल के एक्सपीरियंस वालों के सामने ऐसा छोड़ रहे हो कि भाई जा तू डील कर ले, जो होगा देखा जाएगा. एंड आई एम लूजिंग माई शिट मिनट बाय मिनट कि मैं कैसे करूं, क्या करूं. एंड इन्होंने बोल दिया कि तू देख ले, तू तेरे हिसाब से जो करना कर ले. मेरे साथ 4 साल जिनको एक्सपीरियंस है उनसे हैंडल नहीं हो रहा है. जो मतलब आई वुड नॉट वांट टू नेम पीपल इन दिस केस, बट पीपल हु conked off their phones, switched off their phones on a Sunday, and Adi he's picked up a piece given to me as a KT कि तू भाई ये ले, इसको तो हैंडल करना स्टार्ट कर दे यहाँ से और जो होगा देखा जाएगा. एंड आई एम ब्लैंक कि भाई ये आदमी क्या बोल रहे हैं, इनको समझ में नहीं आ रहा, बच्चा हो. नहीं एक्सपीरियंस, मैं इंटर्न हूँ. बट वन थिंग दैट आई लर्न फ्रॉम दैट मैन एंड एवरीवन एट Relevel is that कि your position never plays a role in any organization. I think the book which Robin's written, The Manager Without a Title, is a true thing. I think I got the opportunity to lead people, do an OH campaign, to hosting people in different events, different cities, to doing influencer marketing extensively, where I was spending a lot of money for the brand, but also bringing in that sort of traction. It has taught me a lot throughout. I think we'll close this out on this. I think we've had a roller coaster of emotions going through this entire podcast, and I did not know कि मेरा पहला पॉडकास्ट ही इतना रोलर कोस्टर वाला होगा. What is your thought? The last and final thing that I want to ask you is that what is your definition of Zero to Ziddi?
Definition of Zero to Ziddi is of achieving something in your life. Now, when you say achieving something in your life, it becomes broader also. You should go, I'll say that you should believe in yourself, into the gut feeling that you have got. I want to do this thing, so run behind that. That is what I feel.
Keep hustling and just keep
hustling.
going for it.
Keep just go and do certain things. Just don't sit and wonder kya hoga. Don't think about the future. Today you feel this is right, just do it. That is
show up and kill it.
Yeah, show up.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.